Hi there, I am A.G. Arana. In my previous videos, we have seen how to create attractive websites using Bootstrap in Dreamweaver by hand coding the HTML and CSS. In this video, we will see how to create this e-commerce page faster using the template provided in Dreamweaver CC 2015 version 2. For creation of the web page, like the landing page, products page, portfolio, agency, etc., Dreamweaver has made available the required templates to create an e-commerce web page. Now let's open Dreamweaver and come to File, say New. Now here you find on the left side the starter templates, and in that we have templates on basic layout, Bootstrap templates, email templates, and responsive status. So let's click on Bootstrap templates, and in Bootstrap templates we have different options. So let's use Bootstrap e-commerce and say create. The Dreamweaver has inserted the code for the template on the left side, and you will see the design sketch on the right side. So this is the basic sketch as per the template. Now we need to go on designing it. First we need to save this template site. So to do that, let's come to the desktop, and here you find that I have already opened a folder by the name template. So you need to open a folder by right click and say new and say folder, and inside this folder you can see I already opened a folder by the name images, and inside this I have already placed the images that we will be using for this site. Now Dreamweaver will insert the sketches for the images, so I will be replacing them with the actual images that will be required. So this is the images folder. This is one folder you need to create other than the templates folder, and then let's come to the Dreamweaver HTML now, and then come to File and say Save As. In the templates folder, here let's give the name as index, and the .html will be picked up by Dreamweaver directly. So let's just say index and then say save. Now you'll see that the file is saved as index.html. Now the right side view looks a little awkward here. That's because you can see here that the Dreamweaver duplicated these files. Now to get rid of this duplication of files and this distorted view, the one option is to straight away close the index file, come to the templates folder, and in the templates folder you will find Dreamweaver inserted the CSS file and JavaScript file and also the fonts file. These three files are directly inserted by Dreamweaver. Now in the index file, you right click, say open with the Dreamweaver. Now you see that the problem which was occurring for a distorted view is now gone, and you will find there are only three files visible here. So if you come across such problems, just close that index file and reopen it. Having opened the index file, now the next thing for us is to save the site. So come to site, say new site, and here we'll give the name, say template, and folder template here, and just say select the folder and say save. Now Dreamweaver has saved this all the folders and the index.html in the site template. So let's close this. Now having saved the page and also the site, let's go on customizing the web page. First thing is you can change the title as it is required, but I am just keeping it as it is, Bootstrap e-commerce template. Just leave it at that. So when you do the website, then you need to give an exact title. Now let's come to first to the navigation bar. Now here you will find that the navigation bar inserted by the Dreamweaver is the default navigation bar, and under the navigation nav you find there are no class attributed. That means this is only taking the basic navigation bar. Now if you come and browse this in Chrome, browse this page, you will see the basic navigation bar here, and the navigation bar will scroll along with the page content. So it is not a fixed navigation bar, so it is a basic navigation bar. So if you want to change it to fixed navigation bar, so I would like to make it a fixed navigation bar to the top. So here I will define a class. Let's say class, let's say navbar default, and navbar fixed to top. Now you will find, and if you save this and refresh the browser, now you will find the navigation bar is fixed to the top. From the scrolling navigation bar, now it has changed to the navigation bar fixed to the top. Now I want to change the background color of the navigation bar. Now to change the color of the navigation bar, I need to give a class to the container. So let me give a class to the container. Let's say navigation. Now this class, I need to define it in the CSS. So defining the class in the CSS, if you come to the CSS designer and click on the plus button here, you will find there's an option called create a new CSS file. So here we'll browse and select the CSS folder and name that file like style.css. Let's save this and say OK. Now Dreamweaver will open the CSS file, style.css, and attach it to the HTML file. So let's close this panel. Now if you come to click on the style.css, you will find a blank CSS document. So here we need to define that class navigation. So let's give it a background. Suppose I want to change the background color to, let's say, blue, 1274 FB. Okay, if this is the color that I need to give, let's come and save this. And now if I refresh the browser, you can see the color of the navigation bar has turned into blue. But the link items not visible because of the color of the navigation bar. So we need to change the color. We'll do that. But most important thing we observe is that the navigation bar stretches slightly away from the contents below. So this is for a fixed navigation bar. This looks a little odd. So what we can do is stretch this navigation bar to the entire stretch because it remains fixed to the top. And to do that, if you come to the HTML here, and the container you will see is given only as a container. Now if I change it to container fluid, now you will find that the navigation bar stretching to the entire stretch of the page. Now this is how the navigation bar will now look. So that being done, next thing for us to change the background color of these menu items. To do that, we have to use the class collapse navbar collapse. This is the div we have, inside which we have the UL, LI and A. So let's come to style sheet here and then copy the code first. Let's say Control C and come to the style sheet and put a dot, paste that code and give a curly bracket. Now in this collapse navbar collapse, we need to target the UL, LI and anchor item. These are the menu items we are going to target. And here we will give a dot and a backspace. No gaps are to be left out. Now define the color that we want to give it to the menu item. So now I would like to give it a black color, like 000. And you can see straight away the color of the menu items have changed to black. Refresh it here and you will find this is how the menu items will look. Now the one option is you can remove these items on the left side or you can remove the search bar on the right side. But I am going to leave them as it is. I am not going to change anything. Like this is the drop down here and this is the drop down here. Depending on the requirements, you can change the menu items. So the brand name here is not looking very bright. So for that, let's target that brand name. Now the name brand, you can see is here in the A-class navbar brand. So let's target it by giving a span class, let's say brand, and then come to the style sheet here and add the class, let's say brand. Here you can say color white. If I save this now, and okay, you have to close the span. Let's close the span here. Save this now. If you refresh the browser, you will see that the brand is become white in color. And this is how the menu items will be looking. So we need to give a hover effect to the menu item next. So to give them a hover effect, let's use that same code, collapse, navbar collapse, ULLIA. Let's copy this code. Come to the CSS here and then put a dot, paste that code and then say hover. Okay. Now here we define the background color. Let's say the color background, let's say white. Let's give the white background, the blue navbar. Let's come and refresh the browser now. Now if I browse over it, look at this, like the hover effect has now become white. Okay. The next item is giving hover effect to these drop downs. So you find there is no hover effect to these items. So let's give a hover effect to those items. Now the hover items you will see are under drop down. So under drop down we have a drop down menu, and inside the drop down menu you have the li and anchor item. So let's come to the style sheet here and define that class. Let's say drop down, and under ul we have drop down menu. Under that we have li and anchor, and here we give the hover effect. Let's give it a background of light gray, let's say EEE. Save it, and if you refresh the browser now, and if you come and see the drop down, and you can see the hover effect here. Similarly, in this drop down also you can see the light hover effect. So that being done, so let's now come and change the menu items. Coming to the source code here, the first menu item we have is link. Let's change this to home, and the next one, let's say dealers, and the drop down, let's name the drop down like products. Now inside the products, now here we say indigenous, and next will be, let's say, imported, and the third one, let us say classic, and under the separator we will include, let's say, dealers. The second separator we'll just remove the separator, and come and save this. Refresh the browser now. Now if you come under products, you will see indigenous, imported, classic and dealers. These are the four menus we have added. Now coming to the right side drop down, let's come to the HTML here, and if you come down to the bottom here, now there's another link here. This link, let's change it to be about us, and the last drop down, let's change this to, let's say, branches. Inside that, let's say branches in India, and you can say this is branches international, and then the third one here we will say franchises, and the separator we will say collaborators. Come and save this now. Now refresh the browser. Now if you come here, you'll see these are the menu items in India, international, franchise and collaborators. In the original image, we see that the active item home gets a black color. So to build this black color, we come to the HTML and come to the style sheet here, and the code for changing the color to black is a little lengthy one, so I'm pasting it here, and then let's say background, we want it to be black. If you save this and refresh the browser, you will find the active item home become, the background is black. But I would like to continue with the white background. I would not like to continue with the black background for the website. So what we'll do is we'll just remove this code. We'll just delete it from here and then come and save it again and refresh the browser now. It has turned to white. So we'll continue with the white background. So we have the navigation bar at the top ready. So next we come into the carousel. Now since we have made the navigation bar fixed to the top, this navigation bar is of about 50 pixels. So you will find the carousel item goes 50 pixels inside, that is behind the navigation bar. So for making the carousel image fully available, we need to come to the body here and give it inline style. That's a style, padding top, let's say 50 pixels, and come and save this. If you refresh it, you will find the carousel item has come down by 50 pixels. So the carousel image will be fully visible. So let's now come and replace the carousel images. Now coming to the carousel here, like we have the first image here, 1920 by 500.gif. This is a sample image which is inserted by the Dreamweaver here. So we will be replacing with the actual images. For that, if you come to the images folder here, like for carousel, I have this image. It's a JPEG image of 1920 by 500 pixels, and the name it as carousel. So I will come and change this to, let's say, carousel.jpg. Now this is the image which is seen. Now this image I will repeat it for the sake of brevity. I'll just copy the same image in all the other two carousel options. I paste it here, and in the third one also, like we have the third image here, carousel. Let's paste it here, and then come and save this. Now if you refresh the browser now you will find this is how the carousel will be working. So we have the left indicators, then we have the right indicator, and then we have the round indicators at the bottom. So the carousel is in place. Now the 50 pixels what we have given to the top for the carousel, since the navigation bar is fixed right to the top, I think it's better that we give a little more gap in between here. So for that, if I come to the top, the body part, and instead of the 50 pixels, suppose I make it to 70 pixels, then give it a 20 pixels of padding. Let's see how this will look now. Now you see, this looks much better because when it scrolls, this looks much better. So we'll keep it at that, and then move to the next item of free shipping, free returns, and low prices. Like if you come down, and inside this container, after the end of the carousel, So we have the free shipping and then free returns and low prices. These are the three options here. And if you look at the browser, you will find they are aligning to the left. So we need to first replace the images, change the images here and align them to the center. So to do that, first let's come and replace the image. Now coming to the images, I have the JPEG images 40 by 40. This is the first image 40 by 40. This is the second image 40 by 40 by 1 and this is the third image 40 by 40 by 2. So let's come and insert these images here. Now 40 by 40 is already there. It was a GIF. Earlier it was a GIF. Now I'll change it to JPEG. Now you will find the images already come. But because I have already kept these images inside the images folder. So coming to the second one, here I need to make it to 40 by 40 by 1 and then say JPEG. Make it a JPEG image. And then coming to the third one, let's say 40 by 40 by 2 and make it JPEG. Third image. Now if I save this and refresh the browser, you will find the images are now in place. The only thing now we need to do is move these images to the center, align with the carousel. So to do that, come up here. Now if you look at the column definition here, so this first column is given as called LG4, MD4, SM4 and XS4. That means in all the viewports, this will be 4 columns. That means there will be three of these images will be in one row. Now inside the say column MD4, inside this column MD4, the image on the left side and the text on the right side is defined. So the image on the left side is given as call LG2 and call MD3, and the text on the right side is given as call MD9. Now if I take the medium size into account, like the image is given as MD3 and the text is given as MD9, and because of that you will find this thing is stretching to the entire stretch and these items are aligning to the left. So to move them to the right, what I will do is this call MD3, I will give it an offset, like I make it as call MD1 image and then say call MD offset by 2. Now if I save this and see what is the effect. If I save this, now you see that the image and the text have both moved to the right side. So let's change that similarly to the other two. Let's copy this, Control C, and then coming to the call MD3, let's replace this call MD3 with what we have just copied, and here also the call MD3. Let's paste this and then save it. Now if you refresh the browser, you will find all the 3 columns are properly aligned and coming to the center. And we already have the H1 here, recommended products, so we leave it as it is. Then coming to the recommended product images, and let's go on changing these images by 400 by 200 pixels. Now those images, as you can see, are 400 by 200 by GIF. Now if you come to my images folder, I have these are the images which are 400 by 200. These are JPEG images, pic 4, pic 5 and pic 6. So these 3 images we are going to replace it here. Let's say pic4.jpg, and the alt can be changed according to the nature of the images. I am leaving it as it is right now. So if I copy this pic4.jpg and then come to the second one here, and here if I paste this and change it to pic 5, and to the third one, come to the third one here and then paste that and say pic 6. So okay, we have 3 images here. So let's come and save this and then view it in the browser. Okay, the three images. Now for brevity's sake, I am going to repeat the same images in the other three, 4, 5 and 6. So say make it pick 4, and the next one will be pick 5, and the third one will be pick 6. Pick 6. And this also will make it as pick 6. Pick 6. Okay. So now let's come and save this. And if you refresh the browser, you can see these are the 6 images. Now, one important thing that we need to notice here is, like the first 3 images, you can see that they are straight away inserted in the columns. But when it comes to the 4th image, like if you use the product 4, let's say I'm going to name this product for better clarity. Let's say I'm going to make it product 1, and then say product 2, and this is product 3. Now these 3 products, the insertion is clear. Now when it comes to the 4th product, like this is product 4, now you will see that this product is hidden in large screens, in medium screen and small screen. That means this particular product 4 will be visible only in smallest device, XS, that is mobile device, mobile. So this product will be available only in the mobile set. And if you come down to the 5th one, like this is product 5, now in the product 5 you will see this is hidden in XS, that is in the mobiles. It will be visible in the other 3, that is in LG, in MD and in small device. But it will not be visible in the mobile device. So this is how the images can be seen or hidden. So the 5th will not be available in the mobile device. Let's come to the next product and say 6th, and then come and say the 7th. Now let's see how these are visible in the viewports. Now the product 4, now if you come here in the medium and large view, you will find product 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. Like in large, medium and small, we have defined that product 4 should not be visible. So you can see product 4 is not visible here. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. But if you come to the smaller ports, like if you want to see, this is the Chrome. So if you want to see the smaller viewport, you can either see it from the drop down here, like if you say 320 view. Now this is 320 view. You see the product 1, product 2, 3 and 4. So the 5, 6 and 7 are not visible here. So 5, 6 and 7 are not visible in the mobile phone. So only product 1, 2, 3 and 4 are visible. That's because here we said, like for product 5, 6 and 7, the entire row is hidden from the mobile. Not only product 5, but product 6 and product 7 also. So the entire row is hidden. That's something important we need to say. So if you want to hide all the images on the row, then give hidden access to the complete row. And for individual image, then we define it in the individual column. Like for product 4, we said hidden LG, hidden MD, hidden S. Whereas here it is 5, 6 and 7 are hidden for the mobile completely. As you can see here, this is how it will look. Now if you come to the MD or LG, you will find that you will have product 1, 2, 3, 4 is not visible, 5, 6 and 7 are visible. So this is how the definition of products can be made, and this is how the templates help us to define them. Then after this, we have the add to cart button here. Now this glyphicon, there's a glyphicon here to the add to cart. Now this glyphicon image, suppose I want to change the color. So then I need to pick up this glyphicon code. Copy this, come to the style sheet and put a dot, paste that code and give a curly bracket and adjust the gaps here. Now suppose I want to give this glyphicon an orange color. Let us say I want to give it a color B5D2C. Okay, this color. As you can see, the color is straight away visible. Save this, and then if you come and refresh the browser, now you can see this is the color that is seen in the glyphicon. Now, if you don't want the color of the button to be blue, you want to change the color of the button to be different because it is add to cart, not a normal button. So, if you want to change the color of the button, then you need to define a class to the button. Like if you have the button here, button primary, it's a BTN primary. So define another class to that, let us say BTN NXT. And come to the style sheet and give a dot and say BTN NXT. Now here you define for the background for the button, let's say background, we want to be, let's say purple, something like purple, let's say 8E56BD. Okay, this color was defined. If I save this and if I refresh the browser now you can see this is how the button will be looking, a purple color, and when you hover it will become blue. This looks much better. So let's copy that class BTN NXT and paste it to the other buttons. Let's copy this and coming to the BTN primary here, let's paste this and come to the BTN primary next one and paste it. Come to the BTN primary here and paste it. The next one, let's come and paste it, and the next one, let's paste it, and the next one, let's paste it. Okay, let's come and save it now, and if you refresh the browser, you'll see this is how the buttons will be looking. So this completes the recommended products. So next we'll come to the featured products. Now coming to the featured products, we need to insert the images first. So for images for the featured products, we have images prod 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So because there are 9 images to be inserted here, so I have the 9 images lined up there. So let's come and insert those images in the featured product section. Like if you have the featured products here, the first image is a 100 by 125.gif, which will replace by prod1.jpg. The alt we can say product 1, and then copy this prod1.jpg and come to the next one, paste it here, and then make it to product 2. Then come here and paste it and make it prod 3. Then come down further and here make it paste it and say prod 4. Then come and paste it here and say 5. Come and paste it here and say prod 6. Paste it here, say prod 7, and then say paste it here, prod 8, and then paste it here for the last one, let's say prod 9. Okay, now coming to the alt description. So here we set the product 1. Let's copy this, come to the placeholder image here and paste it and say product 2, and then coming down to the third Okay, this is product 3. So let's come here to the product 2, and here we replace this as product 2, and this will be product 3, and coming further down, this will be product 4, and coming down further, this will be product 5, and next will be product 6. You can go on changing it. Product 6, and then product 7. Next will be product 8, and last one will be product 9. This will be product 9. Okay, so this completes the changing the images. Let's save this. Now if I come and refresh the browser, you see this is how the images will be looking. But you will find that the text is overflowing. So we need to resize the text. For resizing the text, let's put the text first inside the paragraph. You will find that it is not placed inside a paragraph. So let's first put it inside a paragraph. Come and close the paragraph here. The second one, let's put it inside a paragraph, and close the paragraph. Coming down, put it inside a paragraph and close the paragraph. Next one also the same way. Place it inside a paragraph and then come and close the paragraph. Similarly for the next one, let's close the paragraph here. Come and place the next one inside a paragraph and then close the paragraph. This one also let's put it inside a paragraph and come and close the paragraph. Next one also let's come and place it say inside a paragraph, close the paragraph, and the next one also we place inside a paragraph and close the paragraph. Okay, that completes it. Let's save this. Now the paragraph. Now we define a class for controlling the size of the text. So this paragraph now we define a class, let's say small. Now you find the text straight away becoming smaller. Now, Bootstrap has a class for small, so it automatically brings down the font size the moment you say class small. Let's come and paste that class to all the paragraphs here. Come and paste it here. Come down to the next one and paste it here. Next one and paste it here. And the next one and paste it here. Okay, that completes it. So let's come and save it and view our work, how it will look now. Now you will see that the text is properly aligned with the image. And the footer has different link anchors. Here you can place any item that is required, like the social icons or any link pages linked. And then the name, the address and the contact details can be given here, followed with the copyright text. So this is how the page gets created from template faster. Now let's see how this page will now look in the viewports, like smaller viewports. So if you come to the browser here, and for Chrome, let's use the shortcut key Control Shift and I. Now this is the, let's first look at it, iPhone 4, the 320 by 480 view. Like this is the brand name, and this is the drop down for the smaller view. This is the hamburger icon, but when you click here, the hamburger icon does not work. That's for the simple reason that we need to do some code correction here. in the navigation. Now this class bs-example navbar-collapse-1. Now this is the class which is defined to the data target, and the data target is down here in the collapse navbar collapse. So this is a URL, this is the data target. Now this class we need to copy this and then paste it as an ID after the collapse navbar collapse. Now here you say ID, and then inside that let's come and paste this class. And now save this, and now if you come to the browser and refresh, and if you press on the drop down, now you can see the hamburger icon drop down, so working properly. Now when you come to the drop down, if you don't want the search button here, in the small viewports, having a search button will not be an ideal thing. It will distort the view of the navigation. So let's remove this search in the smaller viewport. So for removing the search in the smaller viewport, let's give it a media query, that is at media, and let's say the max width. Smaller viewports, so let's target the max width, let's say 360 pixels, close the bracket and give a curly bracket. Now this max width 360 pixels will also target the 320 pixels. So here we don't want the search icon. So for search, the class that is seen here, if you come down, is the nav form navbar right. So let's copy this class navbar form navbar right and come to the style sheet here and put a dot and paste it and give a curly bracket and fill this gap here with the dot and a backspace, and here we say display none. So in the smaller ports we don't want the search bar to be displayed. So let's save this and then refresh the browser now. Now if you come to the hamburger icon, you'll see that the search bar is all gone. So this is how the navigation bar will look for 320 pixels. Similarly for Galaxy S3 for 360 pixels also it will be similar. And then coming to the iPad, on iPad also they will have the menu. So iPad you can retain the search bar or even remove it if you don't want it. So this is iPad, and then coming to the laptop version. Now here it stretches to the full navigation bar. So this is how the page will now look in the different viewports. Now for 320 iPhone, if you come down, one thing you will see is the add to cart. The button is touching the border of the column. So we need to align this slightly to the left. So do that. The buttons are defined under the, if you come down, now with the recommended products, the buttons are placed here, and the buttons are placed inside a paragraph, a P. Now this paragraph, let's give it a class, let's say products, and then come to the style sheet and define that class products under 360, and here we say products, and inside that we will say we want the margin to the left. We want to pull the product slightly to the left side, let's say 5 pixels. This is only in the smaller viewports. Like if I save this and then refresh the browser, you will see the first button is come to the center. It is not touching the column line. So let's copy that code to the other buttons, like the class products. Copy that and come and paste it to all the other paragraphs where the buttons are placed. Here, the next one will be here, and the next one is here, the next one is here, and the next one is here, Okay, let's come and save this and refresh the browser. And now you will see that all the buttons are now come to the center. This is in 320 view. Even if you come to 360 Galaxy S3, you will find the same. But only thing in Galaxy S3, you will find these images. Image and the text are very close to each other. So we need to correct that. In 360, we want to bring this text down and keep the image on top. So do that. Let's come to the HTML here, and you can see that for the image, it is given column XS2. Instead of 2, let's make it XS1, one column for the image, and for the text, let's increase it to 10 columns. Instead of 9, let's make it 10, and see whether the image will remain on top and the text will come down. Let's refresh this, and you can see the image has gone to the top and the text has come down. So the same changes, let's carry it to the other columns, XS1, and then we say XS10, and to the third one, let's make it XS1, and here we'll make it XS10. Let's save this now and refresh the browser. Now you can see that the images are on top and the text has come down. So we need to move this now to slightly to the center. Now they are aligning towards the left. To move them to the center, let's come down here. We will define a class to the second row here and name it something like center, and then come to the style sheet. Under 360, let's define that class center. Now here we'll say the margin left, that's a 10 pixels. And if I come and save this now and refresh the browser, you will find the image is moved by 10 pixels. So let's copy that class row center and place it to the other two rows here. And the third one, save it, and now if you refresh the browser again, you will find the three images are now perfectly in the center. This is for 360 pixels. Let's recheck it for iPhone 4. iPhone 4 320 pixels is perfectly okay. So coming to the iPad, you can see that items are aligning towards the left. So we need to come and define it in the style sheet for 768 pixels. So 768 pixels, since we don't have a media query, let's first define a media query. Let's say add media and say min width 361 pixels and max width, let us say 768 pixels. This will target the viewport of 768 pixels, that is the tablet. So here, let's copy the same code, the center, come and paste it here, and then if you save it, and if you refresh the browser now, you can see that the items have moved towards the right. And this is how the view will be in the tablet, 768 pixels. If you bring it to 75%, you will be able to see for the entire thing. Okay, and then coming to the laptop, 1440 pixels. Here also we have similar situation, like the items are aligning towards the left. So let's come and define a media query for 1440. Let's say at media, max width, here we say max width 1440 pixels, and define the same. Let's copy that center and paste it here. Now if you come and save this and then refresh the browser, now you can see that the 1440 view will be like this for the tab, for the laptop. So this is how the different view will be there for the viewports in Chrome. So let's now come to Firefox. The shortcut key for viewing the viewports in Firefox is Ctrl Shift and M. And this is the 320 view for Firefox. Okay, we need to do some customization for the footer, but otherwise this looks okay. This is the drop down for the navigation. Coming to 360, this is a 360 view, and then coming to iPad, this is how it will look in iPad. Oh, fine. And then let's come to normal view, 1280. This is normal view in Firefox. So now one thing we need to do is customize the footer. So coming to Chrome, let's say Ctrl Shift and I, and come to 320 pixels iPhone, and here you see at the bottom that the link items are all lined up in one single line. So this looks a little odd. So let's do some customization here. So coming to the source code, if we come down, here you will see that in the outer column it is given as columns XS6. This is for the anchor items, and then if you come down for the address also it will be call XS6. That means for the small viewport, this is taking 6 columns and this is taking 6 columns. That is why these columns are overlapping. So one way out of this is just remove this call XS6. So what will happen is by default it will go to column XS12, that is full stretch. So let's remove this call XS6 from both of these columns, and then in the lower div, here we say call SM4, call MD4, call LG4 and call XS6. Now here if you give call XS6, then this will go into 2 columns, whereas we have 3 columns. So we want to bring this address one down and then keep all these 3 columns in a row. So to do that, let's change this to call XS4 so that all the 3 items will appear in one row. Now if you save this and then if you come and refresh, you will find that all the 3 of them are lined up in a single row. Next we need to align this address and the name part in the center. For that, the column here, let's give it a class. Let us say center align, and come to the style sheet, and in 360 pixels let us define that class center align, and here we say text align center. Save this and refresh the browser now. You will find the items have come to the center. So this is in 320 pixels. If you come to 360, this is how it will look in 360. Then coming to the iPad, if you see here in iPad, this is how it will look in iPad. And then coming to the laptop, this is how the photo will look in the laptop. So this is the view in Chrome. Now let's have a look in Firefox. Let's come to Firefox. The shortcut key for viewing the viewports in Firefox is Ctrl Shift and M. And let's come and first see it 320. So this is the drop down and this is the page in Firefox. Everything looks fine. Then coming to 360, this is how it looks in 360. Then coming to iPad, this is how the page will look in iPad. In Firefox, looks fine. And then you come to the normal view, 1280 in Firefox. This is how it looks at 1280. So this is how the page can be built from template provided in Dreamweaver. Similarly, we can also open template for different items, like you open new. Here we have for agency, for portfolio, product. Even if you say product, you can create one for product and go on customizing it. This is of the template for products. So this completes our video on page creation from template. I hope this was useful. Thank you.